MCM Partners senior analyst Ryan Roberts is with me now talking about technology. What do you make of what's going on, Ryan?
Well, I think there are a lot of, at least a couple things at play. Number one, tech has had a great run. If we look at last year, you look at the FANG stocks, which I think are in focus now, they all pretty much had a very strong year last year. And I think towards the end of the year, in December, there was some volatility. And so I think that maybe kind of rattled some nerves a little bit, that the party might be not as smooth, not as much longevity as perhaps was initially thought. And I think that's weighing on them. And also the intensifying regulatory scrutiny on the sector. I think those are both giving the market some pause.
Yeah, when you look at valuations, I'm just having a look at what is going on there. They're not outlandish compared to in the past. So what's actually triggered it? I mean, you can talk about Facebook, you can talk about now Amazon as well, with Axios claiming that President Trump is obsessed with regulating the company.
Well, I think the wild card in both of those cases is what's going to happen with regulation. You know, what does it mean, for example, if Facebook has to revamp its entire security kind of protocols for what users can do and can't do, and how they can use third parties to trade security data? I think the market's looking at this and seeing this, rightfully so, as a pretty significant threat to Facebook's status quo. And I think that's what's pressuring the stock there. And in Amazon, I think the wild card is what's going to happen with from the Trump administration.
Yeah, Ryan, I think what's interesting is this convergence to result in wholesale selling, right? Even though each of those individual companies have had bad news that are specific to their business. I want to throw up this quick chat, #BTV7514, that kind of shows us the breadth of the sell-off over the past few days or so. FANG Darlings, the biggest loss ever for the NYSE FANG Plus index as this sell-off worsens. We had the NASDAQ, its worst month in about 2 years. I mean, is this kind of a sense that regulation, when it comes to antitrust, when it comes to privacy, this potentially could really change the way these companies do business and fundamentally make money?
I definitely think so, and I think that's exactly what we're seeing reflected in the market. This could be again a wholesale change in how these tech companies use the data they collect on consumers and users rather, and how they monetize that. And I think that's the key concern from the market's perspective.